Hi, and welcome to Chillin' with Cheese Weasel. Today I'm continuing an experiment with the personality systems of InZoi in Sims 3. The first video we did focused on InZoi and the personality system it had. Today we're going to go and look at Sims 3. I recreated the characters so that they kind of resemble the ones that are in InZoi. Like I said in my first video, the goal isn't to see which one is best, but how they differ. Sims 3 has an excellent personality system in my opinion, and I always have a lot of fun and get surprised by some of the things my Sims do when I put them on high free will. InZoi is not a complete game yet. It's still in early access. However, it can take advantage of technological advances that Sims 3 didn't have. In my previous video, I introduced you to the characters that I'm using for this experiment and gave you a little background about where they came from. In case you missed that video, the book is Backstory by Gabriel Bergmoser, and it's an Audible original. It centers around 5 aspiring authors who all attended college together and hung out together, bonding over their common goals of being published authors. That was what they wanted to do. Upon graduation, Keith, the leader of the group, invites the rest of the group to the family's vacation home to celebrate. Long story short, Keith ends up dead, and the death is ruled an accident, though the circumstances seem odd. Anyway, if you want more detail on the story itself, you can go to the first video if you haven't seen it already. The first 8 minutes or so of that video gives you a little bit about the book and about the characters. Now, these characters are not like 100% authentic. In the book, they are putting on fronts, presenting themselves in certain ways, judging each other certain ways, and that sort of thing. So the way they viewed each other is what really intrigued me. And that's, as I was reading the book, I'm thinking I could make these guys in Sims 3. So that's why I'm doing this in the first place. Anyway, let's just get on with it. We're going to start first by looking at InZoi, their relationships after I ran it a few days off camera. And I'll show you how that relationship differs from Sims 3. And then we will go ahead and jump into Sims 3, and I'll be hands off, except the only caveat is I do send these guys to different lots. But that's all I do with them. Everything else they do is basically they're doing because of their personality or their goals or whatever. So we'll get on with it. Here we go. Okay, we are back in InZoi. I just wanted to show a few things off before we move on to Sims 3. It's been a few days since we did things here, and their relationships have changed a bit. So while they're wandering off to the amusement park or wherever they're going here, let's take a quick look at their relationships. All right, so let's start. We're with Annalise right now, so let's take a look at her relationships. Okay, you can see that let's move up here so we can see. She's a BFF with Keith. Remember, everyone loves Keith. Victoria is a friend, it looks like, or getting to be a friend. Let's see, she's not quite a friend. You can see how it goes up just a little bit, and it's almost a friend. Devin, doesn't look like she's gotten very far with Devin. Troy, in the book she's pretty good friends with Troy, but here she is not making much progress with Troy. Okay, now the most interesting ones are between Keith and Troy, because if we look at Keith, okay, we see he's BFFs with Annalise and Devin, and he's a friend with Troy. Okay, and he's got a little romance, it looks like, with Veronica, and he's also got some friendship. So he considers Troy a friend. Okay, but if you go look at Troy isn't really friends with anybody. Okay, he's the one that's the recluse. He's the one that keeps to himself a lot. Looks like he's got the most going here with Devin, and he hasn't really made a whole lot of progress there. So he's still just kind of out in the periphery with this friend group. Veronica, did we look at Veronica yet? Okay. Veronica's got a little bit of romance with Keith, but Keith had more with her, if you recall. She seems to have a high peer relationship here with Annalise. That's kind of the business relationship part. But she doesn't seem to have a lot going with any of these guys. Keith is the one that just seems to consider everybody friends, which is kind of fun. So you can see that these relationships are pretty one-sided, or they can be one-sided. Now, in all the cases, it looks like, let's go to Devin because we haven't looked at him yet. But in all the cases, okay, danger, crime. Well, yeah, she committed a crime. Police are going to come get her. I think she kicked something. So they'll probably come scold her. Hopefully she won't end up in jail or anything. But what I was going to say about Evan, he's BFFs with Keith, high peer with Keith, peers with Veronica. Friends, he considers Troy a friend. Troy, remember, doesn't necessarily think he's a friend. Oh, good grief. Devin has also committed a crime. Turn my back on these guys and they go nuts. Okay, here's a cop. What's he going to do? Or she going to do? If I don't impress enough people, will they even see I'm worth the effort? Okay, well, kicking things ain't going to impress people. All right, I'm going to pause this for a minute because these guys are going off the rails. All right, what I was saying is that the relationships can be pretty different from one perspective to another here. Notice, but nobody has gone into the lower, like there's no enemies or anything going on here. So like, for instance, the BFFs, you can go all the way down to Nemesis. You can go down to awkward, distant, and then Nemesis. None of them are doing that. They're all staying on the up and up on the positive side of things, left to their own devices. Now there's another feature with InZoi, and that one, you go to, let me close this. Go to Edit City, and we go to Manage City. You can adjust the likelihood of things happening here. These elements of the city that can be adjusted. So romantic relationships were right in the middle. We could make them moderately high. Business relationships, we can back down, maybe slightly low. They're not family, so we don't care about that. Maybe friendships could be a little more challenging. Mark it down to moderately low. And let's see what happens with that. Positive, negative emotion priority. Let's pull that down a little bit. Let's see if they behave differently. This will be for a different video. I'm just wanting this to get it set up here. I don't think we need to worry about the others. Maybe, we're just dealing with relationships right now. So I think if we just fiddle with these a little bit, we'll see if we can get them to have a variety. Some people are friends and some people aren't so much friends. Okay, so we're going to go back. And we're going to call this good for today. And then I'm going to go over to Sims 3 where I have created these characters, sort of. They're a little bit different, but they're as close as I could get to being the same so that we can see how they function. So that's where we're headed next. All right. Anyway, here we are in The Sims. I have created the characters down here. Now, I mentioned in a previous video that I am not much of a cast person. I don't have a lot of patience for it. So hopefully these guys are recognizable enough to you. I've dropped them into Concat's Sunset Valley 30 years later, and I'm putting them in this little house over here. Like the house in InZoi, this one has 3 full-size beds, 3 separate bedrooms, and that's not enough for 5 people unless they get along. Now in InZoi, one of the hang-ups I have with that is that they don't have to know each other or like each other very much to sleep in the same bed. In Sims 3, if they're not friends or they're not married, they could be married and have a bad relationship, but they either have to be friends and or married in order to sleep in the same bed. Otherwise, they say there's no room and they stomp off. So in this case, it's going to be first come, first served until they become friends. They're starting with no particular relationship with anyone. They're on high free will. And just like in InZoi, I'm just going to kind of sit back and see what happens with them. Now, the past few days in InZoi, what I have done is put their urges, pin their urges up. If it's something I thought they might be able to do on their own, but I didn't make them do any of it. So, and I don't think they acted on much. So I'm going to pin these wants down if they look like something that they might be able to do on their own. And I've given each one a laptop in their inventory. So if they wanted to write, they could write. Now they all have the same lifetime wish of being a professional author, but they all have different personality traits. So we'll go through those as they move around here. I'm going to start the game running. Okay, so let's start up here with Keith. They have different last names because I couldn't remember the last names from the book. And it really doesn't matter in this case. Okay. Troy and Devin look like they're not getting along very well. Veronica and Keith. Oh, this is Devin and Troy. Okay. Is this romance popping up here? Well, there was until she told him off. Okay. So if you are a Sims player, like I am, you can probably recognize some of the traits by the way they're acting here. Okay. Annalise went right in, and she's playing a video game. He popped his out here too, so let's see if he's going to play video games. I bet he is. Yep. This is going to be really nerve-wracking. All right. Let's take a look at these people right away and see what's going on. We'll start with Devin here. Okay, so Devin's traits. He hates the outdoors. He did in the book, too. He talked about how everyone wants to go out to the beach or whatever, and he's not interested. He's a snob, a schmoozer. They praise and flatter people and basically try to get in that way, and that fits him pretty well with the story. And then ambitious, because he wants to succeed, and diva. He seems a little bit like a diva to me, kind of hard to get along with, kind of thinks really highly of themselves, maybe places themselves above other people as far as what they think. Okay, it looks like we have Keith, and he's going to go get a book to read. Now, he says he wants to learn a writing skill and take a class in writing, but we're not sending him to classes, at least not today, maybe down the road. He looks a little sad. What's going on with you? Oh, okay, he's humiliated because Veronica told him off, I guess. Anyway, he's a perfectionist, which means it says your sim can write better novels, and he's the one that's the best writer of the bunch, remember. He's the one that could possibly write classics, books that stand the test of time. So he's a perfectionist. He's irresistible. Everybody loves him. He's a bookworm. So they can read faster. They have more fun reading. They have the ability to write higher quality novels, etc. He's charismatic, which means people are drawn to him, and he's ambitious. Okay, Annalise. She's a little neurotic, dramatic, a hopeless romantic, ambitious, and friendly. She's the one that's going to be writing the romance novels, and she's going to self-publish too. Veronica's a workaholic, has no sense of humor. She's a vegetarian, eco-friendly, and mean-spirited. Remember, she's our activist or social environmental activist who wants to write nonfiction books about all the things that are wrong with the world, and they're not enjoyable books to read, and she thinks people should read them anyway, and she's not going to change her ways. She's not going to try to be more successful because she has this higher calling. And she is a vegetarian in the book. And Troy, he's the one, remember, he's the recluse from InZoi. He's the one who Keith thought everybody was his friend, and Troy didn't really seem to connect with anybody from his side. So I have him as a loner, brooding, socially awkward, disciplined, and perceptive. So let's just let this play out for a little bit. Those video games are going to drive me nuts, but I'll back away so we don't have to hear them and speed through it if we have to. But Troy wants to learn the writing skill. He wants to take a class in writing. Remember, these guys all have the same lifetime wish, so they're wanting the same thing here. We got his already. All right, let's see what happens here. Okay, so we got 2 video game players. Okay, looks like Devin's watching TV. Keith's the only one that wants to read, it seems like. She's thinking about writing. Are you going to write on your own? Would you do such a thing? No, she says, I'll just watch TV in here. Watch the shopping channel. I'm going to turn this off. We don't need all that noise. Okay, I'm going to, since nobody wants to talk to anybody, this is kind of the opposite of what was going on with InZoi, where InZoi, that's basically if you left them to their own devices, all they did was talk with each other and didn't do much else other than take care of their needs, their feeding and using the bathroom and showering and all that, and going with the schedule that they had built in for InZoi. They would go places that way. So I'm going to back out of here for a minute, speed it up a little bit. And while we're doing that, I'm thinking what I'm going to do is the next day, I'm going to send them all to the beach except for Devin, and I'm going to send Devin to the park because that's what they did in InZoi. Everybody went to the beach except Devin, and Devin went to the square. So I'm going to see if we can at least get them in similar places to where they went in InZoi and see if they interact with other people and what kind of things happen with them there. But it looks like it's getting to be dark now, 7 o'clock. Oh, okay. It looks like we've got a little something going on here. Let's slow back down. Okay, so we've got, he's reading, he's gonna, or who are we dealing with here? Oh, okay, this is Keith. He's reading, he's gonna eat. Somebody made some mac and cheese, it looks like. See who's contributing here. Okay, we got a brooder over here. Veronica, she made organic mac and cheese. Okay, somebody's eating some here. Okay, Annalise made her own mac and cheese. Apparently she didn't want Veronica's, or Veronica didn't want hers, one way or the other. And it looks like Devin's putting it away. That's nice. Why is it smelly here already? Well, they got TVs in every room. That's pretty fancy. I didn't even notice that before. Okay, so Keith is eating or going to eat. TV watcher. Girls are having a conversation over here. Not a good one necessarily. Now I found some CC hair. I was trying to find some that matched the the hairstyles that were in the other in InZoi. Could not find one for Veronica. Couldn't find something with bangs, shoulder length, and wavy. But I think we did pretty good with Annalise, although hers looks a little poofier than she might have been in InZoi. Okay, Keith is tired. Where's he gonna go? Okay, he's dibs that bed. Somebody's doing dishes here. Thank you, Annalise. Troy, you're just brooding. You gonna brood all day? Devin seems to be quite the couch potato, and that's not one of his traits, but she wants to learn the fishing skill. He wants to read 3 books. Did he read one already? He's read 2 books already. Wow, he's quite the reader. Acquire an elixir. I don't know that those things will ever happen. I don't even know if there is a fortune teller here. But we'll just put some of these in here. I don't know if any of that's ever going to come into play, but okay, we got Troy finally stopped brooding because he's hungry. Where is Annalise going? Oh, just to the trash can. Good job. Now she's going to go surf the web. At least that's not playing a video game. He's still watching TV. He's sleeping. Okay, 2 beds are taken. See who gets the 3rd bed. Oh, Devin. You are an indoor boy. Okay, Veronica got a bed. Are all the beds taken? This one's not taken yet. Better grab a bed, Troy. I can't sleep in there. There's TV going. Gonna take a nap on the couch. Okay. Guess there's these out here too they can use if they get uncontrollably tired. But I think Devin's claimed this room over here. And Annalise is still surfing the web. Okay, well, let's just speed through this. We'll send them to the beach tomorrow and see what they decide to do.
Ooh, Bruni Chavla.
Sebi Miyor Fatah.
Zalandi Kezo Aglab.
Narbo.
Okay, Keith.
Salachi Banachu.
Excuse me for a minute. I have a real hang up with people running around in their underwear for sleepwear because they'll wander outside and everything else and they don't care who sees them. So I always stop and I make sure that they have pants on, for crying out loud. Alright, just put some of these on. It's something.
So.
So. There. Quit bothering me so much then. Okay, so we got some readers. Okay, she's gonna be mean. Maybe she canceled it. Did she cancel it?
Oh, bonky.
They seem to be getting along. Yeah, I think she's lost her opportunity to scare. Gonna mock his ambition.
Oh. Lamb, lamb, lamb.
Rock slip. Edge to Walaga. Four dude. Oh. Huh? Oh. Oh.
Okay, it's 7 o'clock. How are we doing with our needs here?
Mambo. Zennifer rig.
Oh, now Devin's getting on his case. What the heck, guys?
Who's not?
Okay, she's getting hungry. Troy's tired. Tired. Hungry. Hungry. So I expect somebody's going to be making breakfast in a minute. Troy's a brooding again.
Goopsy.
Zippy ga. Shoe. Varog.
Pash dozy.
Be interesting to see who's friends and who's not by the end of 3 days or so.
Mini Boli Tanu.
Fun tree.
He's gonna play computer games. I thought you wanted to write, buddy. Okay, somebody made waffles while I wasn't looking. Annalise made waffles. Good girl. She's thinking about writing. She ain't gonna do it, but she's thinking about it. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys till 8:30, and then we're gonna go to the beach. Give you a chance to eat if you're gonna eat. Okay. Okay, so she thinks she likes Devin.
Aza Chibi Ramda.
Poor Troy. What's wrong with Troy? We're not going to Egypt, I'm sorry. You can group up if you want to.
Pack on the guwag.
Clarivog. Dangaboodly.
Because I don't know that we even have a fortune teller, I'm going to put that in there. Okay, so everybody's getting fed. Okay, Devin, I'm going to send you to the festival. And the rest of you can go to the beach. And let's see how things go that way. Now in InZoi we could follow people around. We can do that here too. The beauty of being able to have vehicles in open world. We can enjoy the scenery as we go. Now, like I said, this is Concat's version of Sunset Valley, so it's going to look different. It's supposed to have taken place 30 years after the original Sunset Valley. So some of the characters moved away, some have grown up. Okay, Devin, you guys going to stand there? Go get an ice cream or a snow cone. That's good. Okay, we'll see if you meet some people, but we're going to go check on the bunch down here at the beach, see what they're up to. They're all waiting in line to get inside. Are they closed? This is a little coffee shop here. And it drives me nuts the way the townie's dressed too. Like this girl here. We're gonna have a little talk. Maybe do a little change up. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of Cass, but I do like to just pop in and change people up a little bit if I see somebody that's just really inappropriately dressed. So we'll probably deal with her before we leave. But let's see what everyone else is doing here. Get some rays, kind of just chill. She's thinking about Keith. Okay. Troy went and got himself a snow cone. If you come over here, there's another little snow cone shack over here. Somebody's phone's ringing. Keith, you gonna answer that? Keith. Come on, you're the one that had good sleep, didn't you? That's just funny. Alright. He just ignored the phone call. Oh, we got somebody out here. Some magician or something. You gonna watch? Oh, you're gonna go play in the water. Okay. I don't know why you put your regular clothes back on. You're at the beach. Oh yeah, I haven't done anything with their outfits.
What's up? Haha. Buddy.
I'll go check on Devin. Looks like he's... Oh, he found a doggy, Mr. Boots. He's not even down as an animal lover or anything, but... That's cute. Devin, I didn't see that side of you. So this is Mr. Boots Vogel. So do we have a Vogel family here? Trenton Betts. I guess the dog just came around of his own accord. Hannah. I know Hannah from my other game. She is mean. She could give Veronica a run for her money. And she is also an activist. I bet she and Veronica would be great friends. Boy, you are just obsessed with that dog. Okay, well, let's go see what everyone else is up to. Okay, they finally hit in the water. And Annalise is still sunbathing. She needs to use the bathroom. You make it. No, you're still watching the magician. And you're out there swimming away. People complain about Sims 3 not being pretty, but I have no idea what they're talking about. It's a gorgeous world. I agree the Sims can be potato faces once in a while and you need to adjust them, but... And yeah, the clothes are dated, but that's okay with me. Don't go drowning or anything. Are you tired? Ooh, you are tired. Are you gonna drown? That would be hilarious. We had Keith dying, falling from a balcony in the InZoi. I had to go and go back a save because it was before we even got started with the experiment. I don't know about you, buddy. You're tired and you're swimming out here by yourself. I think it's a recipe for disaster. Okay, Annalise is not part of the group anymore. She must have... She's asleep. She's one of them that didn't get very good sleep. But her bladder is... That's not your hair. Yes, I am definitely going to have to fix these guys. Yeah, I just changed the hair, I guess, on the first outfit. I didn't change it all the way, so... I got a little bit of homework to do here. In fact, maybe I'll pause it and do that real quick. Okay, I fixed him up a little bit. It was mostly Annalise and her hair that was not right. As for the boys, I haven't dealt with them much, but I checked to make sure that her hair was her hair. But, yeah, like I said, it's not quite like the one in InZoi, but it's as close as I could find even when I went CC shopping, so... He's thinking about the barista. Speaking of the barista, I can't stand it.
Anavid!
Okay, face doesn't look terrible. It's mostly these clothes, so get you something a little...
Erkney Burr.
Okay, so that's every day. That's fine. It's usually the formals that are horrible.
Gazor.
Oh my gosh, yep. That is not good. I don't know. What should you wear? Oh, that's not what I wanted. Alright, that'll work. And...
Chabadu.
Here, why don't you wear some...
Fatibusa?
Boy, she just loves that horrible, horrible outfit. Now this is sportswear. It's ridiculous. How about something like this? Get you some tennis shoes. How about these? Okay.
Anavid!
Sure. This is probably the one.
Babu.
Well, she wasn't wearing her career outfit when she was being a barista, I guess.
Balumi la ziksna?
Alright, that's fine. Back to the game.
So.
Okay, it looks like Veronica is probably... She's getting smelly. Somebody's gonna get sunburned. I ain't sending them home though. They're on their own. I am going to go check on Devin, see what he's going home. Okay, he's had enough doggy time, I guess. And he's stuffed. He overate. I think he'll probably just go get in the shower or something. Grim hasn't visited Troy yet, and he's still out here swimming. Didn't know you liked to swim so much. Oh, now he's in a taxi boat. I guess maybe he's had enough. He's come to his senses. Following the leader. Well, she's over here splashing. Are you going to go splashing too, or are you going to go back out and swim? It's funny how lots of times Sims will get obsessed with something. Maybe he's a swimmer. Maybe, Devin is, going to make friends with every dog in the neighborhood. Sometimes they find an object that they're obsessed with, whether it's a sketchbook or a megaphone or a kicky ball or a frisbee. Sometimes it's a skill item like the business briefcase. Gonna go buy some tea. Sure, he's chosen, so we'll let him do it. There are restrooms here. Hopefully they have enough sense to use them. Who's this guy? Javon. Well, this is my sim from my other story. This is Jolene. We'll get to know her in another video if you guys want to stick with me and see some of my other games. Okay, he's tired, so I'm expecting he'll probably go home soon. These guys are still having fun out here. Alright, anyway, I think it's about time we headed out. So why don't we all head over to the nectary. Since we're here, we might as well enjoy watching the town a little bit, huh? Here they come. Anyway, Concat has turned this into a nice little wedding venue. Here's the indoor wedding. And you can also get married outside. There's also a little outdoor entertainment place here. Stereo and all of that. Here's some grapes and stuff. She locked the gates here so people can't actually get into the graveyard, but the graves are still there. And let's see, where's the outside wedding venue? I think it's over here. Yep, there's the outside wedding venue. It's got a pretty nice... Somebody's got issues. Okay, so something's going wrong somewhere. Okay, this is the basement. You can get some nectar down here. You can make nectar. Okay, so she is embarrassed from walking in on the sim, but I don't see anything here explaining that somebody in the group has issues. We got some new people here. Oh, okay. Glenn and Scott. Yeah, the Nemo brothers. They're both musicians. And there's Shannon.
Tubal, Bazamti Nuval.
So we're just going to sit here and do some day drinking, I guess. Everybody's here except for Veronica. Where is Veronica? She's still home, I guess. Okay, so Scott thinks Annalise is hot. Apparently that was not very good nectar, huh? Well, hair of the dog, I guess. I think she wanted to sit with Scott, but somebody was in the way. Troy. Who's crying? Somebody's crying. I don't know where that was coming from. Oh, I was over on the... Okay, so you're just going to sit here, eat your organic mac and cheese, and not participate with everybody else. Annalise left the group, but she's still in the same place. So, and she's still down in the nectar, even though she doesn't feel good. She wants to join the police force? That doesn't sound like that would be up your alley necessarily. Yeah, there's some bad nectar floating around here. He's sick too.
Dang.
Now, Shannon's originally from the university pack, but I took her and Hannah and a couple other sorority girls and dropped them down in here because there's a college here too. It's a community college. And Concat made it a library, but I added the rugs for the university. so that it's a functional college. And they all attended. She had to drop out, though,
Invisible.
because her father's a politician and told her she had to get her grades up if he was going to keep paying for her education, and she was not doing well. To be fair, the poor woman is a werewolf, so that might have gotten in the way of a few things. Now, the Nemo brothers were created, I'm trying to remember who created them, but they are from the collaboration I did with the same group I'm doing the collaboration with Petite Alsace. It was with the Bayou Bijou, which is kind of based on New Orleans. But they're two musician brothers who moved into town in New Orleans, or Bayou Bijou. But they're here too. I put them in here to see. I needed some young single men in this college town, and so I figured they would be good choices to put in here. Wonder if they're single anymore. There is a way to find out, but I think maybe they left the lot. I don't have story progression on. Maybe I should put story progression on, just see what kind of crazy things happen in here. Of course, they wouldn't be happening with the family I'm at right now. So.
Parwo.
I'm curious about her to see where she is.
Gombarsa.
Let's check her status. She's single. Okay. Has one friend, one dislike, and one enemy. She is a bit abrasive.
Ebinark V-Glub. Nebs Lou.
And that's Jolene's old roommate from her first semester here. What have you been doing, Sonia? Excuse me while I catch up with all my little friends here. She's still single. She's been making enemies too. Interesting. Or dislikes anyway, not quite enemies.
Nurka Rita. Ibby Thornk.
Oh!
What's wrong, Troy?
Johnny go man.
You look confused. Nothing, a little more nectar won't help.
Zip qua.
There's something wrong with the toilet here, dear?
Wabi. Ooh, galag. Yaga fetcha.
Zay. Bugapazo. Nizo. Shantasti.
So dibby dibby dibby. Swash
Wabalong. Fatu. Now. Suit Ibwawa. Faduga. Gerpi. Gerba. Ib.
Grimla Chambligo? Jawab.
Sonia likes him. Who doesn't like Keith, though?
Bibby Bibby.
I thought she liked him. Apparently there's...
Ebaji. De Breetrort Kurjang. Asda Pukanda Balaga.
Says we got a new house.
Bog.
Does,
Maybe she's got a new house too.
Porka Lemdigo?
Wib. Nabi Chogo. Oh, bro, not Chogo.
Gee.
Let's see what's going on in the basement here. Who's this? Paparazzi.
Good.
Are there no lights down here?
Ah.
I wonder. Thought there would be.
Tamburi.
Oh, Chamana Nixie. Ah. Ah.
Oh, yes, you are a snob. Look at you tasting your wine. Here.
Ah.
You gonna gargle it? I have one that likes to gargle. Ah!
Ugh. Better Cerno.
Apparently she don't like hers.
Ugh.
Okay, he's gonna go use the toilet. Gonna drink some more. She's using the toilet. You're not writing, are you? Oh, you've gone home. Okay. Yep, playing video games. And I'm assuming, well, where did... I thought no, Devin's with them still. What about Annalise? Has she come home? Nope, she's still out here too. Nice. Yeah, that's pretty gross. One way to get that horrible taste out of your mouth is to have more nectar, I guess. Yep, somebody else gonna go puke? Yep. I don't know what is in the nectar that they're drinking. What kind is this? Oh, plasma fruit. Okay, so unless you're a vampire, you probably don't like this kind. Yet there's plenty to be had. Are all of these plasma? Yeah. No wonder you guys are all grossed out. It doesn't stop you from drinking it, though, does it? What's in here? Is this plasma as well? Oh, this is a good kind here, guys. You should get this kind. Poor Devin has had it. He's ready to go home. Annalise has her love goggles on, but poor Troy has had an accident. Yeah. Okay, you guys could go home if you wanted to. It looks like you're about ready to, or looks like you should. Let's put it that way. I am going to fast forward and see if these guys go home. Doesn't look like they're in any big hurry to. Okay, so it is getting pretty late here. We've got some last holdouts. Looks like Keith and Troy, despite their condition, are still here. The rest of them went home and went to bed. But Troy especially doesn't seem to have any common sense at all. He's passed out. Maybe we'll go to the fall festival tomorrow, or today, I guess. They've been here all night. All night. Okay, maybe he went home. Did you go home? Been watching the other one here, so I haven't been paying attention. Okay, so Keith went home. Gonna get cleaned up. Troy decided he's just gonna sleep on the couch. Interesting. Okay. Well, Troy, I don't know what to tell you. I guess you're on your own. Hopefully you'll get some common sense. Let's go see what everyone else is doing here. They're getting a little hungry. Got a bathroom full of people and they're fighting.
Shugip. Eftupala.
Yibs.
Stringo. Pagla. Efja.
Spark. Spark.
Ah.
Tanga du fin. Glovniovav.
Okay, there's more than one bathroom here, guys. There's one over here, too. Is there a reason you can't take a shower, or you just don't want to? Okay, I'm going to give you to noon, and then we're going to go head over to the festival. Troy? I don't know what to do with you, Troy. Looks like Veronica's in pretty decent shape. Annalise is in great shape. Keith just stayed out too late, drank too much. Okay, Devin's hungry, but other than that, he's fine. Is she talking about weddings? Maybe she's talking about the fact that they went to a wedding venue yesterday. And now we all ought to brush their teeth. Annalise says she likes ghosts, so it might be good to go to the festival, go to the haunted house. We'll go over there and see what they all choose to do. Okay, Devin's gonna grab something to eat. Troy, what are you doing? Still sleeping? Okay. Maybe Devin and the girls will go to the festival today. Let the rest of them rest up. As soon as he's done with his stuff, we'll send him and the girls to the festival. I think the others have just need the day to fester. Okay, so after today, we'll take a look at their... Actually, we can look now. Their relationships, and then we will check again later too. By evening today, we'll check again. But, yeah, relationships are just kind of so-so for Devin. Okay, Sonia, not a friend yet, but looks like Keith's making some friends. No BFFs or anything like that, like in the InZoi. Okay, Annalise has got... They're not necessarily fast friends either. At least Troy got out there and made some friends. Troy is back at it again. Okay. Now, it's really weird because in the book, backstory, all the other friends say that he has a drinking problem. And here he is, drinking, not leaving the nectary. I didn't even plan that. Sometimes you just can't. Okay, let's see what's going on at the festival. We've got somebody who wants to do some apple bobbing. With everybody else, we'll see who wins. Ugh, I don't know if I'd want to bob apples with you, buddy. Or you either. Good grief. This is very unsanitary. They waiting for a fourth victim to get their crud?
Slark!
Here comes their victim. Welcome to the snot farm, Rhonda. Oh, I guess she's not participating.
It's a flea ball.
Ooh, Stroopy.
Oh, Katrina? We're not doing opportunities this round. Oh, okay. Rhonda has decided to join the snot farm. Alright, let's go on. Who's gonna win? I don't think anyone's got one yet. Oh, one, okay. Oh, you got one. You got one. You got one. Alright. So one here, one there. Kind of gross getting up this close and listening to all that. Okay, who won? Rhonda did, huh? Well, enjoy your cold. I'm sure you're gonna get the bug. What are we doing, guys? Snow cone. Two snow cones. Keith is still sleeping. Devin's playing tag with a kid. That's a little weird. So we've got some ice cream or some snow cone takers. And guy playing tag. And Troy's passed out on the couch again. He is really sad. Really sad. Troy. Oh, she's gonna go find a snake? Okay. That's different. Just gonna watch it. I don't know. It could be poisonous. I don't know how you tell. What is it? Scarlet king snake. That doesn't sound very promising. He's drinking again. Are you stuck? I'm thinking he's probably stuck. Stuck in a vicious cycle. I wonder. Now there was one of the sorority sisters in my other game she just repeatedly went after onion rings constantly, and I found out that she was kind of stuck. Okay, so his hunger is kind of low, and maybe he needs reset. But do I reset him? That's what I want to know. What are my rules? Set this up, and I don't know my rules. I think what I'm going to do is let it go till about 6 o'clock and reset the whole town. Because I think that's why he's in this vicious cycle. And he's always going for the plasma. Alright, this is probably plasma again. Okay, it's 6 o'clock. I think everyone's going home. We're going to reset the town. I guess it helps to put the map tags back on. So I figure a reset's not cheating. It's just necessary in this case. Okay, I think I'm going to call it here. Let's take a quick look at how we did today as far as relationships go. Still nothing much with Veronica. Troy made friends with Sonia. Kind of likes Keith. Okay, does he have any enemies? Not particularly. Any enemies with... No, not yet. Which is kind of surprising. Not yet. Okay. Well, none of them are complete friends yet. So the relationships in Sims 3 are definitely slower growing unless you step in there and you start being active and playing. So what I'm thinking is we'll go revisit InZoi and we'll see how that adjusting the city works with that. And I might even play a different family for a little bit to see if things change. And I'll do the same for this one. So I'm thinking there'll probably be 2 more videos in the series, one featuring InZoi and one featuring Sims 3. But I appreciate you spending some time here hanging out with me, and I will see you later.